brothers and sisters, my generals, family, those who've been riding along with the brother, current subscribers, new subscribers. As I always say, anybody that view, and I always honor thy ancestors, those who fought hard with the least amount of tools to get many of us in a divine position or state that we are in. Be thankful for that positive force, that great divine that has been in our lives. If we seen the signs and brought us to this point we are today, because we are alive and breathing, guess what? We are back to conquer another day, or should I say another day, another year, another decade. Feels good, don't it, when we are vibing on the right path, brother or sister, young or old, family member. And those that are righteous, I know we're doing great. And those that's, maybe having a little struggle, stay with it. We got to have that divine in there and just live and love. And I don't mean soft love. I mean that divine love and divine discipline. Man, we start out with the discipline first. And before I go on, welcome to another EBX discussion. And I got Bruce Lee here on my banner because I wanted to use him as a representation of discipline. Because as many other people, I'm not just saying him, there's a lot of, brothers, sisters, individuals that were really true at heart and had good discipline. And Bruce Lee was one of them. So I'm just using him as an example. And we all know how solid he was mentally, physically, and spiritually. He was a solid, he almost act like a brother. You know what I mean? But he was a solid dude. And it's just unfortunate the things that happened to him in his life, but he powered through it. He truly knew himself to the pit of his soul. And we can learn from, Bruce Lee. Like I said, many others like him, brothers or sisters. It's a lot of righteous brothers and sisters out here that have true discipline within. But we're going to break it down. We're going to go deeper than discipline. But first, we study that discipline. And discipline is in many areas or every area. Money, body, mind, body, and soul, of course. Channeling, watch what we channel into our psyche. You hear me say that a million times. That plays a very important part in our role in life. In life in general, and then on this divine walk, how healthy our psyche is, what we take in, and what we don't take in. It makes a big difference on this walk and seeing things clear, and just live and love, love harder, like I say, don't let nothing toxic ever stop us from loving. And this is whether you're going to be in a relationship or just having love overall. If you have that within you, real love, let nothing take that away, because that's a great commodity to have. It's better than money when you got real love within. And like I said, love is not just, I'm not talking about just love in relationships, just having love, period. You have love for God, you have love for your family, you have love for your children, love for yourself. That's the most important, because as we all say, if you don't love yourself, how the hell you gonna love anybody else? That's real talk. We talking about real love, not that fake love, because love isn't always soft. As I said, you got to teach tough love too. That's when you know somebody really loves you, if they're willing to tell you the truth about something that they might not want to tell you, but if they love you, they will tell you the truth, because they don't want you to, as I say, I use this as an example. You see somebody at the edge of a mountain and you love them, and you see they're about to jump off and they can't see it. Just an example. You'll try to stop them. That's what love do. Love helps. Love lifts up. Love gives knowledge. Love understands. Even if it's from a distance, still understand. Don't do sneaky things. Be honest with each other. It's in respect and have honor. Man, it goes a long way. Even if we, like I say, great divine made us all individuals for a reason. And some have knowledge, we have the gift of solitude. We have the gift of discernment. We have the gift of reasoning, logic. We have to we have to use these things to understand each other, so we won't run into misunderstandings and jumping off our impulses and doing or saying things that gets blown way out of proportion. That's where that divine discipline comes into place, because we can't have just discipline. We got to have divine discipline. Real talk, because that's when it goes deeper. A lot of us have discipline, have studied discipline, and we live discipline, because a disciplined life makes for a great life, especially when you're doing it in the present. Because, what we do in the present always benefit us in the what? You fill in the blank. I say that a lot. So if you listen to this channel, you should know what I'm going to say after what we do righteous in the present will benefit us, man, always and forever in the what? Fill in the blank. So just love, man, just live and love. Life is meant to be lived, not endured. That's why we pay attention to things. Be analytical, and if we're wrong on something, it's okay. Correct it. Get back on board, Don't get lost in our personal, issues and feelings, and deal with any shit we have inside. And as I say, why do we do all these things? Why do we be positive and stay away from toxic things and seek knowledge and have fun? Gotta throw that in there. Don't let ourselves become too deep. That's a part of the balance too. Gotta have fun sometimes. But those that are righteously self-aware will never get off point. So don't worry about if we're having fun or joking and think we're going to miss something. We won't, because that third eye will always be open. When, like I say, when you're at that God level, we'll be able to do all things. We'll be parallel with that God. Because once we are at that state, which takes a lot of work, and it doesn't happen overnight, but once we are finally there, we'll be able to do all things under that great divine. We'll be almost parallel with that God, because that's what the real God wants. It wants us to be aside and walk along with it. That force wants us to walk along with it, but not with a lot of toxic shit. Because we can't hide nothing nowhere, right? We all say that greater, higher power sees overall. So you're wasting your time doing sneaky shit. And the same as in that great divine will also give the leaders and teachers and those who are wise, it will drop that power in us too, that we can see things. Because when you're looking to do right, you'll see things. Of course, you won't see nothing if you're toxic and you're not disciplined and you don't care about being aware and you just willy-nilly walking through life. Of course, you're gonna. That's walking through the valley. You know how they say biblically, walking through the valley. Now, if you're not seeking righteousness and you don't care and you're arguing with people and you're always debating and no, I'm this and I'm that and you're doing that, that's the valley. But once you have gotten to a space where you got an open mind, and this brother, sister, young or old, in our families, and you're willing to learn and you're just living and loving, you are no longer in the valley. Because, like I say, we study discipline the human way. Over time, we study it because it takes a while for some of us. Being a disciplined human being is not easy for some of us because it was a challenge for me. It's different strokes for different folks. But brothers and sisters, when we finally are there, are disciplined, and we see the results of it, isn't it beautiful? It's beautiful. And then let me tell you what's the extra icing when we have that divine discipline. That's the next level of discipline, because then we become godly. Then we begin to have that God spirit within. Then we begin to, I'm talking about when we're finally there, when we've studied discipline and we've seen the results of it, and like more than once. Because that's what motivates us, brothers and sisters. Those that teach and reach. That's the righteous motivation right there. Results. You hear me say that a lot too, because that's what we should live for. Love. Life has not been meant to be endured, but let's live for those results, because that's our payment. That's the best payment in the world. When we are seeking to do something righteous and we're trying to reach a goal and we reach it, and whatever kind of goal it is, but getting good results about something is beautiful. So, and that's what we need to be doing in our human body, mind, body, and soul. Always look for good results within ourselves from us taking the effort and stepping outside of our comfort zone. And then, like I say, righteous ripple effect. That same goodness that we exude, man, it makes for a great circle. Children, family, significant other. That's what I always say. Brothers and sisters in the world or online. Yeah, but like I say, once we have that discipline, we've studied it in the textbooks and maybe looked it up and researched it and just just cultivated that discipline over time, over years. And then, like I say, the icing on the cake is when we have that divine discipline. Whenever we got that God spirit, you can never go wrong. I don't care what nobody say. Once you truly have a God spirit within, you can never go wrong amidst, amidst the challenges and different things that happen along the way. I don't mean we're invincible, but mentally you can almost be invincible, because when you study your mental and you're looking to have a healthy mental mind state, you'll miss a lot of toxicity. You won't be in a toxic circle, so you will be able to see things to come. So like I say, we have to do these things, searching knowledge and knowing things, so we can protect oneself and our family and circle. It's bigger than us. Never just do things in a selfish way. Always look to do it so you'll be able to leave a legacy and help those abroad or coming behind us, like the youth. That's like I say, and it's something I say a lot too. Keep a family spirit, even if we're not around family, keep our family in our spirit, because I think that kind of energy matters, and that connects to divine discipline. Keeps us stable, keeps us balanced, as we all say. And I wanted to read a little summary about the divine. Now, a lot of us know what divine is, but I just like to kind of break things down, and as I always say, get it in our subconscious. It's good to read, right? That stuff is good. It sharpens the brain. Keeps us stimulated, one to be hungry for more knowledge. So, all right, the divine, okay, of, from, or like God, or God. Heroes and those that have a real genuine God spirit within. I'm talking about a real one now, not faking it. We are like heroes with divine powers. And it is kind of a superpower, when you cannot go with the flock, when you can stand out and stand on your truth. Because it's not easy to do that for a lot of us. It is a challenge to stand on your own truth, If it's a real truth now, and it's something helpful and beneficial, not nothing to manipulate anybody. I'm talking about something real, something true. And it's not easy to, like I say, stand on our truth sometimes. But we have to be confident in that divine, that those that might not see, know, or believe right now, they will later. So we got to, like I said, I say so many times, stay connected to that God force deep within. You'll never go wrong. So I'm going to read it again. Definition of that great divine: of, from, or like God, or a God. And those that have that God spirit within, we are like heroes. We have divine powers, but never take it for granted or use it for evil. That's brothers, sisters in our families. Those that have tapped in to that divine spirit, man, when you know. And I like to say this from time to time, just to kind of keep us humble. We know what we know, and we'll be humble about the things we don't know. When we do things like that, man, that's when we have ascended in our mind. I'm telling you, when we're open for things, not like just open, like vulnerable for stupid, ignorant shit, but I'm talking about if we're open, when we're finally open to maybe self-criticism, or, just having something that we don't agree with someone on. But if for somebody that you care about and you love, you don't let that stop you. You just say, okay, I didn't know that, have a nice, good conversation and get back on track and keep it moving. Disagree to agree divinely. I'm telling you, when that divine's in there, you'll understand, overstand, and understand everything. But it takes work. It takes a long time for some of us. Again, took a long time for me, almost half my life, to finally get to a success state of mind. It's not a joke. I see people mental. I don't make light of shit like that. It's not a joke, man, when you don't know who you are or where you're going, and life has got a hold of you, because life is not a game sometimes. Real talk. That's why I don't like that word. So, and those who do have a true, genuine God spirit within, we are godly and we are godlike. And as many of us say, when you do something that you love, that you righteously desire, and you practice it over time, guess what, brothers and sisters? It might seem challenging in the beginning. And we talking about something righteous. Might be challenging in the beginning. And we talking about whatever that is, but we talking about things that are beneficial to our families, our circle, anyone listening. The beautiful thing about doing something you love over time, guess what? The reward is you get better at it. So That's what make it worth going through the process. You know, don't look so much at the destination. Enjoy the journey. Kind of like doing music. I use music as an example because I love music. But the most beautiful part about music is the process of it, making it, you know, listening to your words over a beat. That's the most beautiful thing in the world to me. And those that are true artists, whether brother or sister, those that really care about music, hip hop, they feel the same way I do. It's that the process is the most beautiful part. So I'm just using that as an example. Enjoy the journey, learn things on the way, just live and love, and have divine discipline. We have that human discipline, but we take it up 1,000 notches when we got that divine discipline. Always keep that God's spirit in everything, even our times when we make mistakes, because we're not always going to do things right. We're going to make mistakes. But guess what? When we are disciplined, divinely disciplined, it'll be less mistakes. It'd be hardly, I say this all the time, but it'll be either no stress or less stress or no stress at all. I say from time to time, every other podcast, look that word stress up. Look at the symptoms of it. Stress is a killer. It really is. Stress is almost like a virus. It can really damage you. It can damage your body. It can damage your mind. Stress is no joke. It's more than just a word. So that's one of the reasons why we stay on top of our psyche and we do things we love. And because we have to have an outlet sometimes. Like music is my outlet. Speaking is a lot of our outlets, because speaking is good too when it's real and it's real coming from a God spirit, from the soul. Speaking can be therapeutic. It's good to get things out. It's like breathing. When you take it serious though, when you're not trying to manipulate or play games or con people for money and none of that crap. Just be pure and be one with that divine. That great divine would take us so many places, and Mother Nature would just hug us. Man, just hug us because we're being natural. Because you can't be one with Mother Nature if you're not natural, or at least striving to be natural, authentic, all those good things, all those good qualities that build a great brother and sister, young or old, and that's in our families. Man, keep working on ourselves. I don't care what it takes. It's worth it. The reward is the results of being a righteous brothers and sisters in the end, because whether we want to be righteous or not, I always say we might step outside of that God zone. The real God will always end up coming back. So go through the tough times, go through the storms. And we all know this, those that are spiritually connected, divinely, we know that divine takes us through a storm. Come on now, you know that. Divine Mother Nature is like parents. They're not going to just give things to us. Because what do I always say? The higher power knows us better than we know ourselves. No, man, I always mess up when I say that. Higher power knows us better than we know ourselves. The moment we think that we're God or we know more than God, that's when we have stopped our journey. That's real talk. Because that connects to karma. That connects to narcissism and think we know it all. Once we get to that state, we're lost. We're lost because we'll never know more than God, because God has shut all this shit down. I have the uppermost higher respect for that great divine. I would never ever put that great divine in a small space. How can we? Great divine rules all this. There's a never ending to the universe. None of us, I said this to my son on the Father and Son podcast, none of us know how big the universe is. We can, like I say, we can spectate and estimate, but none of us know the true power of that great divine. I don't care how high up we get. We'll never know until when? Till we transition. So we better do right while we in these testing times. We're in lesson times, testing times, and exposure times. So, being out there isn't what it's all cracked up to be. So cherish and appreciate the position that great divine got you in right now. And then once you do that, the great divine will take you. Man, we'll put that power in you that make you manifest and ascend, But we have to go through the process. You can't get around that process of maturing, becoming wise. You have to hear knowledge, real knowledge, facts, can't be swirling and, like we always say, gossiping and looking for wrong in individuals and all that kind of stuff. Just be one and be with each other through our differences. That's how we'll thrive and stay strong. Cause I'm gonna stay like that. I don't care if I disagree with a brother or a sister. I will still love thy brother, love thy sister. If they haven't done nothing to me, we gotta stand with one another and stop just because we hear something that we might not agree with. If it's a genuine brother or sister and they mean well, coming from the pit of the soul, get over ourselves. Real talk. We gotta stop this bickering and debating, and it's ridiculous, because it's all supposed to be for the right cause. For we all supposed to be. I say this so many times. If we're all striving for a righteous goal, we are all part of the same tree, just different branches. We come up through different belief systems and different this and different that and different families. But are we all reaching the same goal? As I always go back to that saying that Eddie Griffin said, did you get the message? It's going to come in different ways, but get the freaking message. Get over this, we're saying this and saying, who gives a damn? It's all about becoming one with each other and fighting against these evil entities that don't give a damn about what kind of religion, who we are, where we come from, what color. It's ridiculous. And that just staggers us. And it also aggravates and throws those that are teaching, it's unnecessary drama, So steer clear of unnecessary drama, because we got to stay strong on this walk, because the devil don't give a damn what color we are, who we are, what status we at, how much money. Did you think the devil give a damn? All the devil give a damn is about a weak ass person that don't give a damn about themselves and others. So the devil loves that kind of person. So don't be that kind of person. Be divinely disciplined. You'll never go wrong. First, we do the human discipline, as I said, and then we take it up 1,000 notches. We become divinely disciplined, because that's when nothing can fuck with us, when we got that divine discipline. And like I say, not soft love, but real divine love. Just live and love, because that's what I do. I show love and share love. That's what I do, but not soft love, and I want to call down that protection. I do this from time to time. I call down that protection from my great divine, for ourselves, from ourselves. And that's brothers and sisters, my family, from ourselves, so we don't become what? Our own worst enemy. Because a lot of times, that's the worst enemy, the one that's deep within. Because I say this too, if you don't win that battle within, you don't have a chance on the outside. So stay disciplined, stay meditating, stay being the great brothers and sisters that we all striving to be and are. That's younger role and in my family. Stay strong and always have that divine discipline. We live in love, but we're not that soft love, not that vulnerable, gullible love. We have that tough. We have that tough love too, where we don't take shit, because every now and then, what we got to do, brothers and sisters, sometimes in this life, we got to let person, place, or thing know where we stand. But we still keep that love. Let nothing in this world taint that love that you have developed, if you have it deep within, Again, not soft love, but just divine love. Let nothing in this life take that away. And I mean it. Real talk. We stand tall because what? We are generals. So that's my thought. And like I say, just keep living and keep loving, and being the great, powerful brothers and sisters that we all want to be, can be, and are. So I honor, my family. Salute and thank you for coming in to another edition of EBX Discussion. And again, as I said, that's why I got Bruce Lee here on my banner, because he was the epitome of self-discipline. Because when you got self-discipline, you a powerful brother and sister, especially when you throw that divine in there. I'm telling you, you can never go wrong when you're righteously disciplined. You ready for anything. You know what I'm saying? So stay disciplined, my brothers and sisters, in these times. So that's my thought. And again, I honor my family. Salute. I honor your family. I honor my children, their mothers, brothers and sisters all over the world. May you please keep that ultimate peace in your part of the world, wherever you are. And please keep that divine love for one another. Those of us that do care. I'm telling you, you'll never go wrong. Salute.